Okay, so it was a Tuesday in the middle of summer, and I'm a swim instructor. Well, I'm not a swim instructor anymore, but I was a swim instructor for a full year and a half. So I usually start at 2 every day, and instead of starting at 2, the office calls me and they're like, okay, well, you have a cancellation, so you don't start until 2:20. And I was like, okay, that's fine. Like, who's opening? And they're like, we're gonna have your coworkers open. And I was like, okay, that's fine. So I'm strolling into work, and I still get there like at 2:10ish, because like I'm lead trainer, so I still have to be there really early. And I was like, hey guys, like, did you guys like open it and everything? I'm like, yeah, we did. We did the temperature, we did the chlorine check, we put the sign out, and that's it. And I was like, okay. So I'm walking around, and I was like, something feels really off. I'm like, I'm not ever here this late. I never have semi-privates like full, like 4 hours. I'm like, something's different. So I'm standing there, and I was like, okay, maybe it's just me. Maybe this is just a weird feeling. So I'm going through it in my head, because I have to report to my manager every day, and I'm telling them, I'm like, okay, like, we did this, we did that. And she's like, did you forget something? And I was like, no. And she's like, you sound really weird. And I was like, I don't know. I was like, it's probably just me, like, I'm maybe having an off day. So I'm like, okay, they did this, they did that, they did this. That's fine. So my kids get there, and I was like, well, I'm here early, so let's get in the water. So I get in the water with my kids, and I'm bringing them down, and my coworker's at the end of the pool. It's a 25-yard pool. So I'm walking halfway, like, in the pool, and my coworker's at the end of the pool, and she's like, Gabby, get your kids out of the water. And I was like, okay. Like, I'm not one to ask questions. I'm like, okay, if you're going to tell me to do something, I'm going to do it. So I put my kids on the wall. I have one on my back, I have one in front of me, and I put them on the wall. I jump out, and she's like, come over here. And I was like, okay. So I'm running in my bathing suit. I'm not even thinking that. I'm just like in my bathing suit. So I'm running, and she's like, look. And I look in the water, and there's just a man under the water. And I was like, I'm like, what? Like, why am I standing out here? So me and my coworkers, we jump in, we're trying to pull him out, and we put him on the floor, and they're like, what do we do? And I was like, well, right now I'm hesitating, but at that time I wasn't hesitating at all. Like, I'm like moving, I'm running to the other side of the pool, I'm grabbing my towel, I'm trying to dry him off, and they're still like standing there like looking at him, and like I get that they're scared, but it's like, you guys have to do something. So I start doing chest compressions on him, and they're like, what? Like, so I start screaming across the pool. I'm like, someone call 911, and they're like, what's going on? And I'm like, call 911, like, so like I'm still doing it, and then they're like, we need, like, this isn't working. So after I'm drying him off, I run to the front, because I work at Lake Venice at this point, and I run to the front, and I tell, like, I'm grabbing the defibrillator, and they're like, is everything okay? And when you open the door, a handle goes off, or an alarm goes off. So they're like, what's going on? And I was like, just call 911, someone needs to come back and help me. So I'm running back to the pool to get him, and I put the patches on him, and I can't do it because there's electricity and water, so that doesn't work. So I'm jumping on top of him, and I'm trying to do it, and they say, like, if you break their rib, you can feel it, but that's helping them. So I'm like going as hard as I can, and like I can't hear anything around me, and there's this guy, and he's like pulling me off of him, and I'm just like staring at him. I was like, I need to help him, and he's like, I'm with like Long Beach Police Department, like I can do this. And I'm just like standing there, I'm like, okay. So like I back off, and I'm just like watching everything, and it, like, if you ever like have like an off experience, it's just like you're standing there, and it's like you're there but you're not, and it's like, why am I not doing anything, but I also can't move at the same time? So the fire department, the real fire department gets there, and then they take him off, and they're like, Gabby, like, you have to stay here. And I was like, I can't stay here. So I drive to the hospital, and I was like, I need to know what happened to the Asian man, because it was an Asian man, and I need to find out what happened to him. And they're like, are you family? And I was like, no, but I pulled him out of the water. And they're like, well, we can't tell you anything. So I go back to work, and I'm standing there, and I'm crying, and I go home, and my parents are like, what's wrong? And I go in my room, and the police department gets there, and they're like, the man that you tried to save didn't make it. And they're like, well, you did everything you could, and